My name is LJ, and I'm here to talk about how you can write an excellent education resume that summarizes your work experience, your unique skills, and your education to get that job interview. 6 seconds. That's it. Your resume will be reviewed by a person or a machine for a maximum of 6 seconds. It's critical that you have the correct information and specialized layout for your resume. First things first, do not use resume templates. They are not designed for college students because your education is oftentimes found at the bottom of your resume rather than being at the top. They do not allow you to tell your unique story, and they're hard to edit. Plus, most importantly, they do not scan well with applicant tracking systems. Okay, let's talk about your layout and why each section is important. The first thing that you should have on your resume is your contact information. At the very top of the page, make sure that you list your name, your phone number, and your email address for employers to be able to contact you. Pro tip, if you are applying for a position that's near where you currently live, go ahead and include your home address. But if you're applying to somewhere outside of the area that you currently live, you can leave your home address off your resume. But the next section that can be added to your resume is a summary statement. Summary statements work really well for folks who have an extensive career background or that have changed careers within their lifetime. Next is your education. This section is where you list the degree you're working on, your expected graduation date, minors or concentrations, and your GPA if it's above a 3.2. If you have any other degrees, you can go ahead and list them here as well. Just make sure that you list them in reverse chronological. If you have a lot of folks will ask about including their high school information on their resume. You do not need to do this unless you are applying to the high school that you attended. Next comes your licensures and certifications. You'll include this on your resume once you have applied for or received your licensure, and it's a great place to also list any certifications that you might have. Now we can really dive into your teaching experience. This next section is where you'll list your student teaching and your field placements. You'll start by listing your placement title, then the school name, then the location, and then you'll add the dates that you were there. The next part is probably one of the most important parts of your resume, writing your bullet. Under your teaching experience, you'll add a bulleted list that describes what you are doing currently or what you did during that position that highlights your knowledge and accomplishments. Here's an example. Instead of writing developed music plans for my class, you can enhance this bullet by writing developed individualized music plans for each student, which improve their learning, memorization, and comprehension by 50%. See the difference? Some additional tips for writing bullets are every single bullet should start with an action verb like developed, trained, oversaw, managed, educated. Some additional tips. Secondly, I would say make sure that you're checking out job descriptions of the positions that you've had previously and those that you're hoping to get in the future, and use that to help write some of your bullet content. The next section on your resume will be your additional work experience. If you've had other work experiences beyond teaching that have helped you develop your skills, such as communication, leadership, conflict management, and professionalism, be sure to include them. Just like your education, your teaching experience and your work experience should be listed in reverse chronological order. So that means starting with the most recent position that you've had and working backwards. Another section that's really nice to include is campus or community involvement. This section is a nice to have section. It's not required, but maybe you were a volunteer at your local food bank or you participated in a local community cleanup effort. These experiences can be unbelievably valuable in showing your character. Just like your work experience, begin with your title, then your organization, city, and dates of service. The last section that you can include on your resume is honors and awards. If you have received any honors or awards, be sure to showcase them on your resume as a special category. Okay, we're down to our final tips for your resume. Number 1, proofread. Make sure that you read through your resume, send it through spell check, send it to a friend, and then read it again. Next is check for consistency. You want to read through your resume and really look at it visually. Are bolding and abbreviations all the same? Does the structure look good? Is everything indented where it needs to be? Are dates listed correctly? Make sure that you're checking the layout and the visual appeal of your resume as well as spelling and grammar. The last tip is save it as a PDF. When sending a final resume to an employer, make sure that you download it in PDF format so all of your layout and formatting stays in place. Okay, last thing, references. You'll want to make sure that you have references on a completely separate document with the same header. Okay, all right, Rocket Educators, you have all the tools. Now it's time to get to work. For resume critiques by Career Services, you can upload your resume to our resume Dropbox. We do request that you upload it as a Word document. That way comments can be added right into your document. We can't wait to see you launch your career at UTeach. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out.